television.
Sissy. I think it's so special having my big sister do my makeup. I love when my sissy Erica helps me kind of play, I say dress up. It just makes me feel like, my big sister making me look fly, as she would say. I like it. Smoky sexy.
Social media. Video shoots. Photo shoots. Live stream.
Like 2 weeks ago, and most of you know I'm a casting associate, so I cast background and extras and whatever for 4-star casting.
Movies.
Dwayne, can I see you in my office?
Yeah. Can I use the bathroom first?
Well, make it fast.
YouTube videos.
Sweet love, hear me calling out your name. I feel no shame, I'm in love. Love, don't you ever.
Or commercials. Denia Designs for You will get you right. Grab that S4S jewelry. Just go to bit.ly/DD4U jewelry.
Located at 4655 South King Drive. Approved by Papas Everywhere.
Hey you, yep, I'm talking to you. You're getting hungry, very hungry. Your mouth is watering. You have a craving for Doritos, a craving for crunchy tacos. Well, have I got this treat for you. It's that time again. It's grill time, baby. Come on in tomorrow only to get your charcoal for 50% off. Choose your favorite smoker. That's 20% off. 3453 North Kimball in Chicago, Illinois. Remember, this sale is for one day only. Now that's how you save big money. It's selling out fast and secure. Your tickets now. The first annual 1043 2018 Hip Hop Fallback Jam Session. It's something you don't want to miss. Hey, it's Denia Azure, and you're now tuned in to No Filter Radio with your host, Dope as Music. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the live. Hello to my fabulous charm squad. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat and in the bushes as well. This isn't going to be super long because I'm at the studio and we have a shoot today. Hey, Wildcard, how are you? First of all, I wanted to say a huge shout out to Deanna. She looks amazing wearing the Denia Designs for You jewelry yesterday. China Fox, what's good? China, oh my gosh. How are you, queen? I've been talking about you so much and telling people how much I've watched you, and I shared you, I think it was a couple weeks ago. I was like, y'all should listen. She tried to warn y'all 2-3 years ago, but y'all didn't want to listen. So, oh well. Yes, we are live, baby. So what I wanted to say is that I need you guys to pay attention to what's going on here. So I was on Goddess's live earlier, and she was having an issue dropping the StreamYard link. Now, you know that we have had issues in the past where multiple people have came on and showed porn and done disrespectful things when it comes to the chat, right? So I'm pretty sure that StreamYard got a hold of all this information because I'm sure they kept on getting complaints regarding that. So now we have a situation where when guys were trying to have the StreamYard link, she couldn't publicly, right? So she had to do it like either the messenger or whatever. But notice, this is something that nobody got an email about this. Nobody knew what was going on. Girl, yes. So what they are doing is I'm not sure if YouTube blocked it, because what happened was Goddess tried to block it. She couldn't drop it at all. I dropped it and it didn't come out as a clickable link. Now, for those who don't know what a clickable link is, there are links that'll come up. Typically, if you are a subscriber and you're not a moderator, when you drop a link, it'll just come up blank and there's no way to click it. You have to actually copy it and then put it into a browser. So that's what they have now done with the StreamYard link. So Goddess actually had to put it on her community tab in order for it to go through. So what's happening is they're making things more private and they're making things less. The hyperlink. Thank you so much, hyperlink. That's the proper term for it. So yeah, so typically it's a hyperlink when if you are the broadcaster or if you are a moderator, when you drop a link, it becomes a hyperlink, which means all you have to do is click on it and you're done, right? And that's not the case right now. So right now, what we have a situation is that you have to send it through Messenger or put it on the thing. I hope it's just YouTube. I really do. But it literally just happened. So I don't know if it's YouTube or StreamYard having conversations and not getting along, or if it's a situation where where StreamYard is like, well, you probably haven't dealt with this, but there's been a person that's been in the sector that actually had been coming on to people's StreamYard and playing porn, trying to get their channels removed. Girl, it has gotten insane, and I think it's just sad that this is the state that we're in a situation where we have so many other issues. And shout out to Lady Nika, I was watching her replay. I was trying to watch the whole thing before I went live, but we have a couple of shoots coming up, so I want to make sure I get this out really quickly. And the thing is that she was saying, we have so many other things that are going on, specifically when it comes to our kids. Now, mind you, a lot of states are trying to put the kids back in school. But the crazy part is they've had meetings about the situation on Zoom. So the schools aren't safe enough for the teachers to come back and have a meeting regarding it, but you want to put our kids back in the schools. Now, mind you, I have no children, but I have a goddaughter, and I can tell you for a fact, her mom hasn't even let her go outside of like the actual home since March. There's no way in heaven or hell that she's going to school. It's just not going to happen. It was not even a question. And there are a lot of parents that feel that way. A lot of parents that have kids that have asthma or just any kind of pre-existing conditions are feeling the exact same way. So we have this situation where we have all of these people who are now trying to say that it's okay for these kids to go back. I'm concerned. I want to know if you are involved in camps, if you have a child in camps, I want to hear from y'all to see how that situation's going, because I'm very concerned that you have kids in masks for 6 hours. 6 hours. These kids are in masks. I don't even understand how that works. I know that's not healthy. Are there breaks? Like, do y'all have them having breaks in between? Like, how does that work? The longest I had mine on was, I want to say, an hour and a half, maybe 2, when I did a march by my house. It was the only march that I did because I was not going to the ones downtown. I just did not feel comfortable getting there and getting back because they were shutting stuff down. And I was like, I'm not going to get stuck downtown. That makes no sense. So for me, the only march that I went to specifically was the one that was like in my old neighborhood, walking into my new neighborhood. Now, mind you, let's be very clear. I've not only have I ran meetings, not only have I organized marches and events, I've been attending them for a very long time as well. I've been involved in community service since I was 6. I've been involved as an advocate since I was 9. The very first song I ever wrote was about racism. So this whole thing of kids don't understand what's going on. Yes, they do. but you have to listen to what they're saying. Now, when it comes to the situations that's going on in this specific sector, there was a whole thing that YouTube had regarding COPPA, regarding the rules, regarding this whole thing of us having to go through and make sure that our channels say not for children. Correct? Now, if your channel says not for children, specifically, like you mark that box that says not for kids. Hey, Miss Kept Secret, how are you, Queen? Not for kids. If that's what your box says, why are you letting your kids watch this sector? There are multiple. There are millions of channels on here. There are millions of channels that are on here right now. You have so many options. I do not understand for the life of me why you are letting your kids watch this sector. I didn't even know this sector existed until last year. Right. Yeah, last year. Because it was so funny because I was telling people, I was like, I didn't know nothing about this. I was watching China Fox and watching Everybody Hates Angel. That's a whole, actually, no, I can't talk about that right now. Who is now gone, by the way, because YouTube decided that even though somebody used his video, when he filed the copyright claim, they said the claim was false, but you can clearly see his video on somebody else's channel. And they snatched not one of his channels, but all three. I'm trying to let y'all understand this man had 194,000 subscribers. I'm going to say that again. This man had 194,000 subscribers. And they snatched his channel like he was on there yesterday. I need y'all to understand this. There's a lot of selective outrage, not just in this sector, but on this platform, period. I have not, aside from me and a couple other people in this sector, I haven't seen one person talk about the situation that's going on with these other content creators. Shane Dawson, Onision, Dottie Vanity. These are the people. These are the people that need to be on all these petitions and all that stuff. The fact that my name was on it and is off. Let's be very clear. My name is off of the petition because I contacted change.org. Hey, Goddess, your live was amazing this morning. Goddess China Fox, I don't know if she's still here, but if she is, say hi. China Fox is in this chat. Y'all definitely need to connect because China be on point. She has some amazing content. She's such a beautiful person. I've met her a couple of times in real life. She actually was a guest on my show when I was at IMS. Just phenomenal people, right? So there are so many people that should be on that list that are not. Rick Reed said it best. URL is nothing but dragging children. Like the entire, that's all they do, back and forth. I'm gonna kill your kids. I'm gonna kill your kids. I'm gonna kill your kids. That's how that thing goes. Now, if you please don't try to chop us with no dumb shit. This is what they say in URL. This go watch it. Go watch the battle. Go watch. I'm like, what in the world? Ooh, child. Yes, that's what they do, and that's on YouTube. So YouTube doesn't have a problem with that. It is absolutely insane. Oh my God, that would be so dope. If you and China collab, that would be so sick. Yes, that would be the dopest collab ever. But yeah, it's just been so crazy about the misconception that's going on these YouTube streets as they're called. When we had the whole thing with COPPA, I was freaking out because I was like, oh my goodness, they're saying everything on my channel for kids. I got lights and all this stuff, my intros, bright and flashy. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't pay $40,000 if I get fined. please the like button if you have not already done so. And if you have not subscribed already, make sure that you turn that red button gray for me. Thank you. Because I'm trying to get to my 1,000 because I need a community feed. I'm just saying. So we're gonna I'm gonna figure out a way, figure out what days I want to go live. I'm gonna start doing live collaborations with other content creators, as well as with some of my models, some of my singers. Shout out to my girl Erica. She was the one that gave me this idea. She was like, I'm gonna need you to go live more often. I'm gonna need you to go live making jewelry. I'm gonna need you to go live and collab with some people. I was like, yes, Erica. Okay, Erica. I got okay, Erica. Yes, Erica. Erica been in business, been in the game over 20 years. So yes, we definitely will support Erica, and whatever Erica says, okay, yes, you've done something right because you have a resume that I wish that I can only dream of having. And she's just very humble, very good people. You know, I hear a lot about what YouTube used to be, and how YouTube used to be, and how YouTube was this platform where people came on and when they wanted to have fun and be entertained and support people. Hey Keisha, hey just read my book. Yes. Welcome everyone. And it still is. The problem is the people that are actually giving you real content are the people that are not getting attention. That's the issue. The problem is that you're telling people that you want to have something different, but when we give you something different, we don't get the numbers. Me, I don't care about the numbers. I've seen numbers before, so I don't even freak out about these, because when I was on air frequently, when I was on the radio, we saw numbers all the time. So this to me is just a matter of me help. All I want to do is get to my numbers so that I can have my community feed, so I can share the same way that I do on my other social media platforms. Because anybody that follows me on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, Snapchat, all those links are in the my broadcast below. I was in my description below. The drama overshadows content, absolutely. I don't think I understand how long it takes to edit a video. It takes a very long time to edit a video, you know, and so content creators are like, well, what's the point of me editing the video? I can just come on here and talk mess and get some of my numbers and get a little bag. I'm not interested in a little bag. I'm interested in the booked flights. I'm interested in the covering events all over the country, all over the world. I just got my passport. It's so crazy. I literally got my passport in December. In December, because I was supposed to be going to Canada in February. Lord, I'm glad I didn't do that, because I might have got stuck in Canada. So hey, shout out to them not paying us, because I might have y'all just did me a favor. But I literally just got my passport, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to Canada. I'm trying to figure out where I want to go to next. Now I'm just like, I don't want to go nowhere. I don't even want to go past the city right now, because y'all can't figure this out. Miss Capsicum said, it took about an hour to edit and post a video on my channel. It's a hot mess. It takes a minute to edit. And depending on what you're doing, depending on how many components you have, how many videos you have, how many camera angles, how many different guests you have. Like oh my goodness, I think we had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different people that we had to pull from when it came to cuts of videos. And then we had to pull the text to make sure the credits were right, make sure the lighting's right, the color correction, all of this. And actually that video is on this, and that video is on here on my Deniers or Original Content. If you go to that playlist, that video is right there. That's a lot more edited content, because that was something I was doing. That was when I was in school. Yeah, they're like 45 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. Shout out to my editing partner, Bray. You'll be seeing her more because she's going to be doing some work with me here at the studio as well. See, the one thing, I think the difference between me and a lot of people, and God is going to attest to it, anyone who's worked with me can attest to it. If I know that you're doing dope shit, then I'm going to connect you with more people doing dope shit so we can do dope shit together and get the bags together. I've always been that way. That's how I was raised. Keisha said, hold on. I forget this thing. As a subby, I appreciate seeing edited videos. It shows how much dedication and care the content creator has for their channel. Absolutely. Absolutely. She said, I want to go see me either. I want to go to, hey, I love your picture. It's so pretty. Me either. I want to go to Cabo, but child, that'll be 2 years from now, maybe. Absolutely. And I think the biggest problem that we have when it comes to this sector is that people just don't, one, they don't respect privacy, and that's very, very apparent right now. But people just don't respect one another, period. And that's the biggest issue. A lot of people come on this platform, especially now, because they literally can't go anywhere because they do have pre-existing conditions. So they can't just run around and do whatever. It's not even an option because the world can literally kill them. I think there's this misconception that, the world's opening back up, we can do whatever. That's true for some people. That's not true for everyone. And if it's not true for everyone, then how are people supposed to thrive? People have now had to make the just. Oh, thank you, Yolanda. Yes. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Yolanda. If you guys have not already done so, make sure that you go ahead and turn that red button gray, please. And make sure to thumbs up this video. But yeah. Oh, thank you, It's Kept Secret. And I think I think I get so frustrated when it comes to this platform because I've seen from not the minute, but a couple months that I got on here, I saw how it was when it came to how people were treating Goddess, and I was like, what is this? This is not, we're not doing this. Not if I can have anything to say about it. And I've always supported her because I'm like, she's funny, she's sweet. I'm not understanding this. I think there's this whole thing of protecting children, but and I'm assuming we're talking about young children because if you have a situation where there are children that are older, it doesn't really matter, apparently. It doesn't, and everyone's a child of someone, period, right? So we have this issue now where people are fine when it comes to talking about people's deceased parents. That's not off limits. But talking about a child that should never see this because I feel say not for children is acceptable or is unacceptable. I said this a little bit earlier, but for those who weren't in Goddess's Amazing Live, make sure y'all check that out because she did such a phenomenal job. She always does with her panels. She doesn't block people unless they're incredibly disrespectful. She allows people to get their point across. She doesn't overtalk people, which I need content creators. When you have a panel, it is your platform. It's all wrong, period. Period, point blank. It's all wrong. But content creators, when you have a platform, remember, this is your platform. People are guests on your platform. The only time that I ever had issues when we had on the station was times that I was not in control of the buttons to mute someone. If you are in control of the buttons to mute someone, no one should be able to talk over someone else. Because the thing is that the minute you allow it the first time, they're going to continue because they're going to try to run your platform, and that is the problem. And that happens, and that's not just on here. That happens on podcasts as well. It happens a lot on Blog Talk, especially for newer people that do Blog Talk shows. Skeptic said it's like when imaginary people set imaginary rules when it comes to fighting. Baby, we are not in WWE. I'm trying to break someone's bones. Absolutely. I've said it on multiple occasions. I do not know what I would do if someone had found a picture of my mother and started to say derogatory things and talks about going to grave sites and all those kinds of, which they couldn't do anyways, but I'm just saying if they had said that, if they had tried to, go to that length, or they're going to dig her up, or whatever that ignorant mess is. I don't know. I can't even lie. I don't know what state of mind I would be in. I know how I was with my mom. I know how I am still with her passing, and that's why I will always stand strong with Goddess, Madam, Zarina, Deanna, because they have been there. I do not think y'all understand. For some people like me, I literally, the minute my mom passed, I was either on a plane or in a car traveling the country. I didn't have to think about it. I'm at home way too much now, which means I have to think about it. Luckily, I can come to the studio and create things and create amazing projects. So that's Music on 3, because we definitely doing the daggone thing over there. And I might let y'all see that a little bit before I leave. But it's just sad that No Caps in the Barrel gets such a horrible reputation, because we've been lied on. Period. Let's be very, very clear. We have been lied on, because Goddess and Madam can drag you within an inch of your life. That's why people are upset with No Caps in the Barrel, and they always say, "Oh, we're up here and we're a gang and this and that and the third." And did you not notice that each one of us have our own channels, our own contents, and actual content where we do things like edit videos and know what transitions are and cuts and all those kinds of things, and intros and outros, and have banners and stuff, and you both don't. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, y'all don't. God put so much time into her content. I was sitting here, when I first started watching her, she had the green screen up, and she's in, I think she had one that was like a tropical thing, and she's had all these, like, her parodies, honey. Woo-hoo! Y'all are in for a treat on Saturday, because her parodies be on point, honey, with the background and everything. Because that green screen is popping. I definitely need to talk to her about messing with OBS, so that every time I get to start playing with it, I have to go work on stuff or something. But I definitely need to get into that, because I want to start using it here. We just got a whole green. We have a new. Well, not new. Well, actually, it's new. It was a permanent now. It's like half. So half of our studio is part white and then it's part green screen. So yeah, it's dope. It's definitely dope. So I definitely want to start playing with it here, and because we have new shows that are coming out. My boy's bringing a show back called Alternative Thought, and that's gonna be interesting in this times, because Alternative Thought is all about giving people time to give their opinions, and their opinions aren't always right, and everybody doesn't always agree, and it just becomes a very, very, very interesting conversation. Yes. She's just kept saying, "I can't wait till Saturday." Goddess, will you have that caveman dress on? Oh, the one Rita had on late night and the catwalk, child. Oh yeah, she had moving backgrounds. Yes, Goddess had moving backgrounds. Everything. She really she put some time into her content, and the way that she was treated was deplorable. And this isn't I'm saying that specifically, because that's specifically the person that I'm talking about, because I see what the issue is. When I walked in that chat, hey Queen, hey, we're Madam, we are on. Hold on, let me see. Tell Madam we're live. It's crazy, because it's like I've seen what the issue is. When Goddess had 145 in the chat today, being herself, being respectful, having people come together in the no crabs in a barrel fashion. She had no message how to just say, let's talk about it, period. That's literally what it was. Let's have a conversation. We had no idea what was going to come of that. She said this is supposed to be a 10-minute conversation, which turned into over 2 hours. I was finding about what's going on this platform. It's not my place to speak on the exact situation, but I will say this. Go watch Goddess's video, because there's something very wrong when people think that it's okay to come into your real life. There's something very wrong when people think that it's okay to harass your family members. I can say this. I'm just glad I'm lucky that I've never had that issue. My family crazy. You think I'm the nice one out of them. They got issues. So who's just saying they have issues and they don't care. So it just, but the fact that people even have to have the conversation because people are coming at their family when their family is not on here. When their family might not even be on social media. Hell, my aunt's nowhere near social media. She avoids it like the plague. There's a couple pictures going around because of her nieces and nephews and her kids have put a couple pictures up, but she's not on there as herself. A lot of people don't understand when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to social media, period. For a lot of people, it is an outlet. It isn't, yes, it is an outlet. It is somewhere people can go and have fun and smile and laugh, because some people can't do that in their real life. A lot of people don't understand that when they come on this platform, it is about escaping and not thinking about what's going on when they get off. That's why some people stay on here for hours and hours at a time, because they are having a hard time dealing with what happens once they get off this app. And I'm not specifically talking about in this sector, I'm talking about in general. You can lose yourself in this sector because you can watch kitty videos all day long and not give a damn about what's going on in the rest of the world. I don't know what, I would love to have a conversation with someone, probably Nika, that was in the sector before it switched, because I keep on hearing that there was so much more support, there was so much more of this, there was so much more of that. And if that was the case, then what changed? Right? If there was so much more support and people were able to do X, Y, Z, when did it change and why did it change? What was it? Was it really the super chats? Was that really what it was? Is that really what it was? People were just doing the super chats? Is that real? That can't be it. It can't be. And people say, oh, it's the live feature. No, it's not the live feature. Because Facebook got its own live feature, and things ain't this crazy. At least not in my circle. Maybe Facebook is a little bit different because you can choose your friends. I don't know. Like, I wasn't here before. I've only been in this section for like a little bit over a year. Hold on one second. Now the dynamic. Okay, and I will say the dynamic has changed. When it came to people being able to go live. Uploads can be really thought out versus lives. I think that might be a problem. I think that might be it. Hold on one second. Let me post it real quick. She said uploads can be really thought out versus lives. So you think it's a situation where people are not thinking before they hit the live button? I always say think before you post, because once it's online, you can't take it back. You don't know what happens to it. You don't know who screen recorded, who screenshot, whatever. So we never know what's going to happen to your content. So really think before you post. I know on Periscope is still there, but it's a double-edged sword. So like on Periscope, the one thing that I used to love about it is that it was so chill back in the day. It was so chill. We'd come on, just kicking it, it was this whole community of people that was coming on, giving business tips and showing love, playing music, whatever. Like we even met up in California, and it was really, really fun. The one thing that I did realize that people didn't understand that getting drunk on camera was stupid. But I'm like, keep me out of those lives, because y'all are wasting incoherent, and y'all expect me to come and respect you later with the way that you're acting right now. No, that's not going to happen. Because you want to sit there and talk about, oh, you're this big guru, but you're sitting there drunk as a skunk. And your whole facade just went out the daggone window. I think the problem that we have when it comes to this platform specifically is that we don't think about what we're posting. We don't think about who we could potentially hurt. And that's a huge problem. The fact that we are you're constantly in a situation where we feel like we have to defend ourselves is a huge, huge problem. The fact that we are constantly battling one another over stupid things is a huge, huge problem. We are literally in the middle of a pandemic. I do not think people understand why that's so serious. We're in the middle of a pandemic to the point where some people literally cannot go outside because they have pre-existing conditions, and they can't even they can't even risk it. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on that we're not talking about. Shout out to King Jives, who's actually talking about what's going on. If y'all not following King Jives, we got introduced to him because what's his name? Jay Wilson hired him to come speak at his event. And that's how we got introduced to him. But I've been following him since then, and he's dope, like really, really dope. And he speaks about what's really going on. Like he talks about the lynchings that nobody wants to discuss outside of social media, which I'm so confused about, because they're just saying that we decided to kill ourselves at the same time. Hold on 1 second. Miss Cassica said, I refuse to leave unless it's for groceries or get my hair done. If my friends want to meet me, we do FaceTime. But that's it. I'm not trying to catch anything. I understand. I used to love going out. I used to be at all the events. Anyone that's in Chicago will tell you. I used to be at all the events, well, not all of them, but a significant amount of them. And now I'm like, where is it? How far do I have to go? I'm like, what is the steps to me to get there? How many people are going to be there? Like, I'm very, very cautious. Like, can I watch it on live? Can we do a FaceTime? Or I'm not for that right now. And it's incredibly hard for me. I haven't seen my family since December, since Christmas. Yeah, that's the last time I saw my family. And considering I saw them so much last year, this is very, very hard. Very, very hard. Yes, if you have not already done so, make sure that you guys subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up as you enter as well. If you're in the bushes, you can go ahead and hit the thumbs up. I promise you won't get in trouble. But, there's just I really, really want to talk to someone who was here prior to last year. Because from what I gather, that's when I hear kind of started going down and people, and it got to this, and YouTube just got into this pit where we're just constantly dragging one another and not lifting each other up, which I just don't understand. I lift people up in real life. I collab with people in real life. I promote people in real life. So this whole thing of demeaning people and wanting to harm them in real life, wanting to catch flights to harm people, I don't understand it. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just different. I just, maybe I think that social media is supposed to be for bringing people together and not tearing people apart. Like I said, it could just be different because that's what I've always used it for. I've always used it to speak my mind. I've always used it to connect people. That's what I thought it was supposed to be for, but maybe I'm wrong on that front. I think a lot of people had this problem where they're so focused on these small numbers that they don't even realize what they could be doing by being positive. The very first piece of content that went viral was something incredibly positive. I was working with a Black-owned radio station, that's like life station in Chicago last year. And there was a story about a Black-owned ice cream shop in New York. I literally looked up, I posted it on their page. First time I looked, it had like 300 reach. I looked back the next day, it had 105,000. I said, oh, well, damn. I heard some people say that it started in the dark forest. I wasn't around, so I don't know, right? Yeah, I think I need to reach out to Lady Nika because she was here beforehand and she knows a little bit about it. And sometimes it just happens that way. It just happens that way, but you can't get mad at people for succeeding for something positive. Now, when you sit up here and you lie and you cheat and you steal and you misconstrue and you do this to multiple people just so you can get your numbers, that's where I lose respect for you. There are multiple people on this platform, and the reason that YouTube, the reason I'm saying pay attention is because when it comes to YouTube, they do little things to let you know things are changing. The fact that Goddess could not drop her stream link today, and when I dropped it, it was not a hyperlink, should tell you something. YouTube and or StreamYard might have said, maybe we won't make these public anymore right now, or we're gonna make it harder for people to find it because we're tired of getting calls that people are trying to come into these StreamYards and putting porn up. Because it literally just happened. Like, it literally was an issue this morning. So I don't know if it's still the issue, but it literally was an issue this morning. So the fact that actually, let me test it real quick. I mean, whatever, if you want to come on real quick, I don't care. Well, let me see if I can actually get this link going, because I don't even know if we can. Let's find out. Let's test this theory real quick. Come on. Let's see. Let me know if you can actually click on that link, because I don't know. We're testing the theory. If it works, cool. If not, that's your matter of shipping. But like I said, when I dropped it this morning, it was not a hyperlink. Actually, I can check. No, because I can't even check it. So, but it's just crazy. It's crazy. It's frustrating. people just want to get back to having fun on this platform. People just want to get back to being able to be on here and being able to enjoy the content creators when they're in the chat. Content creators, I need y'all to really understand there are so many trolls that are and their job is to try to destroy your channel. Do not allow them to do that. You have worked very, very hard on your content. You have worked incredibly hard on your channel. If you are over 1,000, you have a community feed. You worked your butt off for that. Oh, some of you did. There's some people that just did it by lying and cheating and stealing, but the majority of the ones, you guys have worked really hard on your channel and on your content and to build your audience. If you are monetized, you have worked to build that audience. Do not let these trolls come in and destroy your life, but just because you want the clicks and the views. The clicks and the views are so not important if they're coming from the wrong people. You want the clicks and the views from people that are going to stay. You want the clicks and the views from people that are going to sick of the shows. Hey, viewers, how are you? You want the clicks and the views from people that are actually going to support you outside of this platform. Oh, as you said, cuss the show so bad they don't come for me no more. I just block them. Occasionally I'll cuss them out real quick, but mainly I'll just block them because I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I don't really cuss people out that much, so I'll just be like, all right, I'm done. Because you do some stupid 45 supporter troll, and I'm just like, that's funny. That was cute. Bye. You're done. You are so done with the situation. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. But I really want to talk to some of the content creators that have been on in this sector for years, because I want to know what happened. When did it flip? Where did we go wrong to the point to when did it get to the point where people are trying to harm one another offline in real life? Like, when did it get to that point? Like, I'm trying to understand, when did it get there? What were the actions that led to it? Is there a way to reverse it at this point? Because this is emotionally draining for so many people. Especially if you're an empath. We're just like, man, this is so not cool. The thread started it. How long? Well, okay. So you said the thread started it. When did the threatening and all of that start? When did that start? Like, what part? Okay, let me phrase this. Because I know it started getting crazy for me last year after the dead lady. That was my child. I was done after that. Because I had to jump off the whole platform for a minute because I couldn't believe that shit. I was like, wait, no, she didn't. But she said, she made the impression that she did, but she didn't. Oh, that was all bad. I had to jump off, be like, wait, I don't even want to see her YouTube for a second. Let me chill out, because I couldn't believe that mess right there. And then after she came back, she had a whole freaking fit. And now she's still doing stuff a whole year later, even though Goddess and Madam left. Like, what? So confused by that situation. YouTube, she ruined it. And the viewers of you said it right. The girl that was in her earlier, the lady that was in her earlier, China Fox, when that situation happened, and I remember specifically because I was in It was a video. It wasn't a live. It was a video that she made. I saw that video. And she literally said, I hope this is a joke. I really, really do. I stopped following, that content creator for a while because it's the little things that I had said, but I hope we haven't gotten to the point where somebody actually took their own life. And she literally was not on the platform for a month after that because she couldn't handle it. I don't know how many other content creators felt that way, but I can imagine there were a few. What I think a lot of content creators forget when it comes to this platform is that Miss Jessica said, edible, it's something very off the shelves. Yeah. Wait a second. Okay. It's ridiculous. Yeah, hold on. The bipolar. Oh, I got you. Okay. I was confused for a second. Hey, Landers, how are you? Hey. Hey, madam. I think that's a problem. That's a huge problem. I think a lot of people just don't realize what their impact is. There's some people don't care or say they don't care until it comes to their children, which is why I get irritated. A lot of people on here. Like, I can't even respect anyone that signed that petition. I'm gonna tell you why. Y'all didn't read it. Like, I'm gonna just be flat out. Y'all, if you signed that petition that Trish got, now I will say this. If you signed it back in the early days when there was a couple people on there and it wasn't a big deal, whatever, and it wasn't all these extra charges and crap, that's one thing. But if you sign it now, you ain't reading that damn thing because half the people on there didn't do anything. Like, I'm confused, man. Like, I don't understand how people can just sign stuff and not read it. And then what you call it? And that's talking about I still support it because, so we don't know if she's fraudulent, and even if she is fraudulent. But then if the petition does something, it's not, I'm going to just say this for a fact, because the petition is fraudulent, it's not going to do what it should do. If the petition was real, I've said it on multiple occasions, if people were really, really serious about getting predators off of this platform, James Dawson's name would be on the petition. Onision's name would be on the petition. Apocalypse's, whatever the heck he's calling himself now, name would be on the petition. David Danny's name would be on the petition. Those are the four that I know of specifically because I've seen proof I've seen videos of their victims. Because 100 women aren't lying on you. 45 women aren't lying on you. Your own videos aren't lying on you. Shane Dawson literally was giving the impression that he jacked off to a poster of Will Smith when she was 11. Why is he not canceled in real life? That happened on camera. These things happen on camera. But YouTube shut down the only that I know of. One of the YouTubers that's in the 100,000s. Content creator that was sticking up for Black women. Yet you still got other people that got millions of followers that do nothing but disrespect Black women, and that's their platform all day long. I don't even want to get into it with that person while saying their name, because every time someone says their name, they say something stupid. I ain't dealing with that fool, but there's a certain gentleman on here that does nothing but disrespect Black women. And Black women support him and be like, well, he does have some points. No. The vile things that come out of his mouth, I'm like, how are you still online? But then again, I get it. because from what I gather, let's do it. Hold on, let me do a screen share real quick because I don't think people understand. Maybe they might have changed it because I know at some point there was a situation when you typed in black women on YouTube. Ooh, child. Let me see. It might have changed. I'ma just see. Maybe it changed. Maybe they got it together. But last time I checked, it didn't really end too well. Let me see. They've gotten it together. Okay. Okay, YouTube. See. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna just show y'all real quick what happens when you type black women into YouTube and why the situation that's going on right now is so problematic. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna stop the screen share and give you another one because y'all need to see this. Because I need y'all to understand why this situation that's going on is so problematic. Now, YouTube has gotten a little bit better with the way, good. Shout out to Danielle Brooks, because that wouldn't have popped up before. So it's gotten a little bit better. Because back in the day, when you typed in the black women, ooh, honey, you still see a couple little things that are unacceptable. It's nowhere near as bad as it was. I don't know what the hell. That's not right. That's not right. Oh, come through. Yeah, see, this is a lot better than it used to be. But when I say, and shout out to the people that know how to use the platform, because what changed this? Shout out to Lego content creators, because y'all changed this, because they knew what used to come up when you type in the word black women into YouTube. When you used to type in the words black women into YouTube, you used to get a majority of hateful videos against black women. Shout out to the black women that have continuously posted on this platform, because they have forced YouTube to change what comes up when black woman is typed into this platform. When you typed in the name before, there were so many videos of why I hate black women, why black women do blah blah blah, making fun of black women, down there blackface. It was bad. So they have gotten better, a lot better. But you know what changed that? What changed that was the way that we label ourselves. What changed that is the content creators that recognized that was a problem, and the ones that were at the top that said something. If you don't like what's going on, you have to say something in order for it to change. I guarantee you the top content creators started looking at that and said, wait a minute, this isn't okay. This is not okay. The people that had millions of subscribers, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, I'm sure they went to YouTube and said, no, we're not doing this. I'm sure that's part of it. What happened? I'm sure there were viral campaigns that were stating this is what happened. But in order for you to change something, you have to say something. If you sit back and all you do is just be like, well, that's just how it is. No. If you want to change the narrative, then you have to change the way that you go about it. You want to know why No Crab in the Barrel is doing what it's doing? Let's go. Let's do that real quick, because people don't believe us when we say this. So let me go ahead and type that in to Google real quick. Let me show y'all something. I'm going to go type in No Crabs in the Barrel hashtag really quickly, so we can show what the power of social media can do, the positive power of social media, because this is better, so I need to show. So we're gonna go through. I'm just gonna go through. Start with images. So we're gonna go through images, right? Hold on. This is just basic imaging. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Thank you all for being so patient. I truly appreciate you. So we're gonna go through hashtag no crabs in the barrel. This is just the hashtag. This isn't even like every single platform. This is literally just the hashtag. I just want to show you all the power of social media real quick. So type in no crabs in the barrel. This is all it's connected to. Y'all don't know none of these people. Y'all know a couple. I'm just proving a point. You see music videos. Different events. That was a post on Facebook. These are all people that are connected to that hashtag. And I can explain a lot of it, a lot of the reasons why. Anybody that's connected, so let me just explain how that happens. So whenever you are oh, Goddess, okay, have a great day, Leandris. Yep, Goddess, absolutely, yes. That's Goddess's hashtag, baby. That's Goddess's hashtag. Goddess's website, nocrabsinthebarrel.com. Okay, I need y'all to understand. The reason that the hashtag has reached so far is because everything that is connected to, whether it be myself, whether it be Madam, whether it be Goddess, whether it be the people she interviews. Hey, Janelle, how are you? Oh, thank you, Janelle. Thank you. She said, I be in the bushes. Hey, she says, hey, Janelle, stopping by to hit the like button and be in the bushes. Thank you. I appreciate you. If you have not already done so, please make sure to subscribe and thumbs up that video for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's yep, you can click it on IG, Facebook, Twitter. It's everywhere. You can follow it on every platform. But I did that specifically so I could show y'all the power of a hashtag. I did that specifically because there's some people there that I didn't know, but Goddess is connected to people that are connected to other people that are connected to other people, and that came up. That could have been through my connections and with the magazine and with the radio. Some of them was with the, if you look, some of those were people that I've interviewed on air. Some of those are my models. Some of those are people that I don't know. Some of those are people that have just used the hashtag, period. Some of those are people that are connected to Erica. Some of those are people that are connected to the magazine. Like, there's a lot of things that can come from a hashtag. That's why I say be careful what you post. Be careful what you share. Because you never know who's going to see it or why. We have an issue when it comes to this platform, when it comes to social media, is that we are so incredibly reactionary that at times we don't think before we post, we don't think before we jump into live, and that's becoming harmful. And we don't think about who it's affecting outside of social media, outside of YouTube, outside of this sector. The biggest thing that I can say when it comes to my platform specifically is that I will continue to support people that are doing dope shit. That's what I've done my entire life. That's not going to change. I'm very, very cautious about what I post. I'm very, very cautious about what I say. I don't really care if it offends people because there are certain things that I'm saying that I'm not standing, I'm not taking away. I'm very, very huge when it comes to supporting the rainbow community. If you have a problem with that, unsubscribe now. I don't give a fuck because that's not going to change at all. I grew up around the rainbow community. I have family and friends that are part of the rainbow community. So if you don't agree with that, sorry for you, that I'm just not the content creator for you. And that's quite all right. I don't have a problem with you. Whatever, you're good. I'm not going to take anything back about that. I've been known to kind of go off a little bit when people say something negative regarding the rainbow community. I do understand that there are things that go on here and words get said and all that kind of stuff, and stuff gets heated and all that. I get all that. So I let some of that go. But like, if you're blatantly hateful and this and the third, and you're coming to my page and talking about some, all gays are going to hell, just move on with that, because you're just getting blocked and you've now wasted your time and my time for clicking on whatever dumbass comment you said. And that goes for all platforms. Or if I'm in a decent mood, then I'll just let the comments stay and let my friends from the rainbow community respond to it. And that's fun to watch. But the thing is that when it comes to this platform specifically, you've gotten away from the basic, very, very basic thing about just showing love to one another. You've gotten away from basic human decency. What makes a child more important than the mother of a child? Then what makes a child more important than the friends of someone who's not on here? I get it. It's all wrong. But everything's not being treated the same. There's no outrage when people's parents that are deceased are put online and all of that. There's no outrage for that. People are speaking crazy things like, oh, your mama's dad and this and that. Like, there's no outrage when it comes to that. There's no outrage when people are like, I don't see the death certificate. They lying. It was so crazy. And I was ready to cuss Xfinity out for this. Because in order to get my mom off of the bill, I had to bring in the death certificate. Now, mind you, this is 3 months after she had passed. I want to say maybe 2. I hadn't looked at it ever. First time I glanced at it was when I gave it to them. And I'm sitting there ready to just go all the way off because you're making me come in to give you a death certificate, even though you're getting paid every month. You want to see the proof so you can move all the documents around, and you can't do this over the phone. So to ask someone to see the death certificate of whether it be of their child or their parent, y'all have lost your motherfucking minds. I am appalled at the fact that was even a fucking request. When I heard about that, I was like, they want to see your what? You got to be kidding me. That is the biggest invasion of privacy, and that brings the most pain to anyone who has lost someone and has that in their possession. Y'all have gone crazy if you think that is acceptable. But there was no outrage for that. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. The way people come through here back and forth and going in and out of chats and just trying to incite drama drives me insane, because it's unacceptable the way that people are being treated on this platform, especially when they just want to come and enjoy a live. It makes no sense to me. Again, maybe I'm a different person. Maybe I just work differently when it comes to my social media, but I would never, ever do that. But yeah, there is a lot of selective outrage. And that's been the problem for at least a year from what I understand. And that's what absolutely needs to change. It's like an insane, hold on. Keisha said, it's like an insane asylum. People in the chat agree. It's like, what the fuck is, right. That's the problem too. It's like, so somebody says something stupid and people will be like, yeah. But that was a troll that said that. And YouTube, what the hell? Like, whose bright idea was it to take away the option? Hey Shay, how are you? Whose bright idea was it to take away the option to be able to tap on somebody's profile and know who the hell they were? Can we reverse that, please? Like, as long as since y'all making changes and stuff, if y'all could reverse that, that'd be awesome. Because that's disgusting. The fact that people can't tell who the trolls are. I think I heard somewhere that somebody was talking about an extension that can help you do that. If that's the case, type it in the comments once it's over, because I don't know if it was Bad Pill or somebody was saying that there's a way to type an extension and that can help you to bring it back. But why do we have to go through all of that? That doesn't make any sense. Like, really? YouTube, get it together. Like, I'm seriously over it. It's sad that this is the state of affairs that we're in right now. It's sad that this is the way that this is going. And it's unacceptable. And the more people feed into it, the worse it's gonna get. I don't think people understand the extent of how crazy these situations have become. The fact that there was a conversation to actually go and get on flights and harm someone is a freaking, like, I'm just appalled by that situation. There was a weird change, and I am so trying to figure out what happened. I am so confused on what happened and when it flipped, and when people got to that point. When did it become acceptable? When did people stop getting outraged? Have we gotten to the point that we're so desensitized and that's what it is? If that's what it is, then oh well, but I'm trying to figure out when it got to that point, because like I said, I've only been here, hold on, it's been a year and a half, I think. Yeah, because it was, I think it's a year and a half, something like that. But it hasn't been very long. I've been on YouTube for a minute. I just hadn't, like, I've been on YouTube for a minute. I uploaded content sporadically, and I hadn't really, like, and I definitely wasn't in the chats, because YouTube Live's been around for 3.5 years, I want to say. Because I remember when I was on Periscope, and they were talking about YouTube Live, And I was watching it. They couldn't get us together. The chat was lagging. It was just, it was so frustrating. We're like, what's the point? I'm staying on Periscope. Screw all y'all. And then Facebook Live came out because of Periscope. Let's be very clear. Facebook Live came out because of Periscope. Periscope was popping. They had 15 million users, and I want to say almost 2 years. And so they popped. So Periscope popped so quickly, Facebook couldn't keep up. So it got to the point where people were like, "What's a Facebook? We in Periscope, blah blah blah." Facebook was like, "No, there cannot be a better platform than mine. We're gonna put a live feature in." And I got Facebook Live. Facebook Live had its own issues. They had to hire a whole bunch of people because they kept having a ton of issues on their platform, and they kept getting in the media because of their messes that was going on live. And then YouTube decided to come up with their version of live. And thank goodness we have all these different streaming platforms that allow us to have more fun and collaborate with people. They desensitized. I think that's what it is. People are just desensitized by the behavior. But it's not just on this platform. It's definitely in real life as well. I think the issue is that people weren't expecting to deal with the craziness in real life and had to deal with it on YouTube. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, cyberbullying doesn't exist." You can just turn your phone off. You can just stop answering your text messages. You can just stop answering your emails. All right. You want to know why so many people flip out when it comes to cyberbullying? Why so many kids are taking their own lives in real, not the way the media are claiming how the black folks getting killed, but they're saying they're taking their lives, but actually taking their own lives. The reason that's happening is because they literally can't get away from it. Imagine that you're a child and you go to school. You have no friends. Your teachers aren't supporting you. Your teachers don't care because they're coming in and getting a check every day. So if someone's saying something that's disrespectful to you on multiple occasions, that's not their problem. Come and do this work. Come pass this test. This isn't my issue because I'm not going, because once I leave here, I don't even give a shit. Think about that. Now imagine every time you're going to recess, you're going to lunch, you're cringing because now the people that were harassing you that are in your class have full reign because the teachers that are outside on the playground really don't give a damn because you're not even in their classroom. Now imagine having to go home on the bus with these same children and the bus driver's too busy trying to drive the fucking bus to get you home. And they can't get to you fast enough in order to stop the situation that's going on. Now imagine once you get home, all you hear is how stupid you are, how you're never going to be anything, how you're just like this parent, how you're just like that parent, how you're always going to fail in life. Now imagine hearing this for years. Imagine hearing all of this at 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. Imagine being that kid that sits in class and knows the majority of the answers because they studied for the test, or they didn't even have to study because they actually had the knowledge already, and not wanting to raise your hand, because every single time you raise your hand, you're the one that gets criticized because you get considered to be a quote unquote suck up. And because of that, no one likes you, or you think no one likes you because that's what they're portraying. But what's funny is that after these kids take their lives, then it becomes a whole situation. And this is not in every case, but this is the majority of the cases. Because some of the cases, the parents actually did do something or attempt to, but the school did nothing. And the principal was the one that chose to do nothing. And so now the parents having to sue the school because the school thought that it was nothing more than just basic kids being kids. That's always the term, kids being kids. This is what they've told us for years. Oh, it's just kids being kids, don't worry about it. But kids being kids has now developed into teenagers. That's just boys being boys. That's just locker room talk. But locker room talk has now developed into sexual assault. Oh, wait, they just made a mistake. Don't worry about that. That was just one time. Because the guy that committed the guy that committed the sexual assault is an athlete and the top athlete in the school. Don't worry about that. No worries, whatever. Look at a slap on the wrist. But they've been harassing the girl for months, and she tried to tell you that what was going on, and there are complaints filed and all of this, and there's documentation of what to do in school, and he grabbed her in the hall and all of that, and wait, what? But now he's grabbed her in a certain place because a person that's in the White House said that it was okay, and it was just locker room talk. You know what the most disgusting thing about the situation was when 45 got elected? The most disgusting thing about that situation was the amount of, Shay, I got you, no worries. The amount of children that thought that it was okay, the amount of little boys that thought that it was okay to now grab the girls in their private part because the president said so. The amount of posts that I saw saying that, the amount of men that thought that it was okay, the amount of teenage boys that thought that it was okay because the president said that it was okay to grab a woman by their private parts. They actually did that. There were reports of like 5-year-olds doing it because president said it's so cool, said it's cool. I do not think you understand. We have way bigger issues to worry about. That same president said on multiple occasions, he won't. Don't get it twisted. He's never, ever, ever, ever gonna say that he's against white supremacy. That's just not gonna happen. It's just not. Too many of them people voted for him. It's just not gonna happen. David Duke and his crew voted for him. He's never gonna denounce white supremacy. Sorry. He said it. Not really, kind of, sort of, but not really. He's just not gonna do it. It's just not gonna happen. Period. But because we have all of these things that are against us right now, we need to get to the point where we have these conversations. And we talk about what's really going on because the mainstream media is not doing it, y'all. Like, the mainstream media is not saying anything about what's actually going on. I need y'all to understand that. It's up to us as content creators to actually say what mainstream media is afraid to, because we still have the platform to do so. right now. We still are able to speak our piece right now. We still are able to thrive right now. I don't know what's going to happen in 6 months. I don't know what's going to happen in a year. I can tell you what's going to happen in this world goes back in, though. That's not going on well. The behavior that I've seen on this platform the last, I don't even know, definitely the last few days, but the last few months is deplorable. And I think it's because a lot of content creators don't understand the power of their platform. It doesn't matter if you have one person or 1,000 people that are in your chat. Keep that same energy when it comes to what you believe in. Don't sit up there and be like, well, I'm going to just sit there and make y'all wait until when people come in. Give them something to watch. Like, there are ways to do that. There are different, have them, like, especially with StreamYard, go to their overlay piece and upload a video. Don't just have them listening to silence for 5-7 minutes because you're waiting for people to come to the chat. Give them something to do. Understand these people don't have to come watch you, and when they do, it's about showing appreciation and love and making sure that you understand that you respect them coming and spending their time with you, because they do not have to. Hey, Deanna. Shout out to Deanna. Check out Deanna's video. She's talking about QB. She has on her custom bracelet along with beautiful custom earrings, which she's wearing as a necklace. Shout out to Deanna. I'm a phenomenal customer. Y'all, I wish I was there yesterday because y'all was going, and I love it. Like the support was really, really dope yesterday, and that's what was really cool. Like QB sitting there dragging, she was getting dragged, but like Deanna's sitting there just like, they're like, oh, you look cute, boo. Like, and guys was like, yep, I got the link. Like, that's what No Crabs in the Barrel is about. That's exactly what No Crabs in the Barrel is about: supporting one another, building each other. You was cute, honey. You were so cute yesterday. I was like, yes. So those ads, yeah, your hair is so pretty, absolutely gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, we come on here, we kiki, whatever. But at the same token, we can have those real conversations, and those real conversations are so important because right now, Lady Nika said it best. She's like, they're trying to kill us in the real life, so we might want to start at least trying to network and have fun on here while we still can. Because the thing about when it comes to this sector, when it comes to this platform, it is important. You rocking the wig yesterday? That was cute. That was cute. That was cute. That wig was super cute. When it comes to this platform, when it comes to social media, period, if you have a platform and you're not just a subscriber, you have a responsibility to say something when things happen. You were blessed with a platform. You were blessed with the community. That means you have a responsibility to say something. People are like, no, you don't. No, yes, you do. I'm not saying you have to be a role model, but you have a responsibility to say something. When the world is trying to kill us, you have a responsibility. If you are an African American content creator, you have a responsibility to say something. Something about what is going on. Something about how can we make it better. Something about how can we thrive through this. I've said it since Rona has started. How are we going to thrive through this? What is going to be different once we are all able to go back to the way things were? But right now, I don't even know if we can go back to the way things were because y'all can't stay in the damn house and put a fucking mask on. I'm so confused. I've seen so many videos out there where people flipping out because they have to put a mask on. Like, okay, it's frustrating. Yes, it's irritating at times because, and yes, if you have to wear them for 8 hours at a time, I feel you because I can't do it for 2. I'm more power to you. Lord have mercy. But if you have to do it for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, in order to keep people safe, why not do it? Why sit up there and harass the people? Man, masks has become a political statement. True. That's true. Because we have custom masks and we're gonna say what the hell we want on our mask. Absolutely. It has become a political statement. It has become a political statement. It has become people like, okay, you're not gonna silence me, I'm gonna speak through my mask. That is absolutely true. But these people that are sitting there and being like, I ain't gotta wear a mask and yada, yada, yada. You're right. You don't. Stay your ass in the house then. Like, that's my biggest thing about the situation. If you don't want to wear a mask in the store, delivery exists. Why would you sit up there I've seen, and I forget, and there's a couple of things I saw actually on here where content creator was showing somebody that said they didn't want to wear a mask, they need to wear a mask, and now RIP to them. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to wear, the post literally goes from, well, I gotta wear a mask for, I ain't gonna wear that, I ain't gonna do that, ooh, da-da-da, so, oh man, pray for me, blah, 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 and the next thing you see is their obituary. Like, I'm trying to make y'all understand. No matter how it got here, whatever the situation was, it wasn't handled properly, and now we're in this mess. If you want to say, does it make a difference of how your state treats you? Does it make a difference if you're quarantined for longer? Does it make a difference if you're in the house, if you're not in the house? It does. I can say this for a fact. It does. It makes a difference. The one thing that I will say when it comes to Chicago, when it comes to Illinois, is that we don't do a lot of shit right, but we definitely got it right when it came to this situation. We definitely got it right when it came to this specific situation because the governor locked down the state, was very, very strategic in terms of what stores could be open, what stores couldn't. The mayor did the same thing. People were mad. They got over it. Some people follow it, some people don't. But the dope part about it is they said the numbers are declining, and that's a great thing for our state. Why? Because our mayor is a hard ass when it comes to this. She's done a lot in the campaigns when it comes to this part. Texas did not. Florida did not. Florida frustrates me so much because they literally shut down and then opened the beaches 2 weeks later. That made 0 sense. I love Deanna. She said, guys, I didn't have to be there because they had my back. And that is so, so true. That is so, so true. She said, I gave up. I love it. She said, good confidence. I would just give it work and citizenship. You know, I mean, like, but the thing about it is, if you guys are in the bushes, make sure that you guys thumbs up the video if you have not already done so. Please subscribe. I am trying to get to 9,000 so I can get my community feed and show people that that you can do this without having to drag and fuss and fight and all of that fun, all of that crazy stuff, right? Because that's what I show my clients. It's all good. I'm not gonna be on here much longer because we got a shoot coming up. I'm just waiting for my one of my counterparts to get here, and then we're popping off. But I'm definitely gonna be coming back. I'm getting my counterparts more into going live. They didn't really get it. They're starting to understand it, but I'm getting them more into it so they can see. I really want them to see this amazing community that we've built. And shout out to all of my amazing mods and friends that I have on here for real. And Deanna, I got to meet her, and she's such a sweet person. That's what I'm saying. If y'all will keep messing with her, she be fun. You can see how awesome she is. Y'all keep pissing her off, but she's a really beautiful person when you get to meet her in real life. Goddess is such an amazing person. I had not met her in real life. We've talked in video so many times, and her energy is off the chain on so many different levels. Same thing with Adam, same thing with Zarina. You know, I'm just blessed to know a lot of phenomenal people. I mean, I have clients that I have never met. I have, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's really, really weird how people actually behave on here, because you don't understand that this platform can help you to get another opportunity. You guys saw when I shared, when you search No Crabs in the Barrel, what pops up. Some of those people I know, some of those people I don't. A lot of those people, Goddess has no idea who they are, but they know what that hashtag is. When she went on Erica's platform, I keep going back to this because I love the fact that I didn't have to say it. Erica's like, oh, that's you? That's your hashtag? Because I use it constantly. But I always make sure to say, no, it's not mine. It's my girl Goddess. She's the one that created No Crabs in the Barrel, the website. Like that's her. I always give the credit back to her every single time. But the fact that somebody that's in the game, like doing production for real, over 20 years is talking about oh yeah, I've seen that before. I know who you are. Hi, Karen Soul, how are you? No worries, YouTube is cutting up, it's all good. But when it comes, I think what's so frustrating for me is that when it comes to our city, they show y'all so much about the negative things that are going on here. Like, we're the only people the only city that has shootings, by the way. Like, we're not the only city that has shootings. Not the only city that has large numbers in shootings. We just get the most coverage because it's great for ratings, which I found out when I was in media school, and I was very upset about that situation when I found out that that y'all using us for our ratings. Thank you. That's cute. Just absolutely disgusting that people think that that's okay. But dead black bodies equals numbers. I'm gonna say that again. Dead black bodies is what was the actual word? Oh, it's called media gold. Those were the words that were described, hey youngest sibling, for having stories regarding dead black bodies. I need y'all to pay attention and understand. The reason that people are so mad about social media, and the reason that people are so mad, and TikTok specifically, TikTok has a lot of people that are on there, because I see that on Madam's feed, because if you look at Madam's Instagram, child, it's nothing but Black Lives Matter and different people that are talking about the injustices that are going on in this country. Ooh. Karen Soul said Chicago gets the most coverage because of the punk politicians. Child, that's a whole nother lie. Because I think a lot of people don't understand that when it comes to Chicago, there has been a narrative for a very, very long time. The Valentine's Day massacre was here. Yeah. Al Capone, all that stuff, but what it is now is that that narrative has to continue in order for the city to make the money that they want, to be quite honest. Yet Chicago doesn't have the highest percentage of murder, but our media is garbage and they don't know how to report real news, which is why I say very specifically, this is why it's very important for independent news stations and independent content creators and independent radio stations to report things like this, as opposed to just what everyone else is reporting, because they're lying on us. When we have positive things happen in this city, there is no coverage. But when we had, I'm gonna just say this because y'all know, because Madam shared on her live on multiple occasions, when they had the protest, what were they showing? The protest of the riots. Let's be clear. Be very clear. When they had the protests that were going on regarding Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and the countless number of people who were murdered by police and by racists, because I was murdered by racists, not just police. When that was shown, what did you guys see? The riots or the protests? Because there's a difference. Riots is when people go and destroy stuff and start bashing cars in and breaking into CNN buildings. And again, that was a person, if that had been a person of color, they would have gotten shot. That's a whole nother conversation. Or did you see the peaceful protests where people are just specifically saying that Black lives matter? And let's be clear about this statement, because I think people are simply getting triggered in things. The statement Black lives matter is all about saying, man, we're getting killed a whole bunch for doing things like sleeping, eating ice cream, walking down the street. Everybody knows what DWB is, right? Do I have to explain that? If you don't know what DWB is, let me know and I'll explain it. But everybody knows what DWB is. We didn't have to come with new acronyms. It used to be just DWB. Now it's, WWB, Walking While Black, JWB, Jogging While Black. Like, it's literally, there's so many things. Being in the house, thank you. Breonna Taylor, being in the house, and now the narrative is, oh, they were trying to get that building because of gentrification. Okay, I don't care what the reasoning is at this point, and I'm irritated at the fact that we're still having this conversation, and the people that killed that woman are still out on the street and still have jobs. No, I'm sorry, they might have gotten fired, but they're not arrested or something to that effect. I lost track because I'm irritated by the fact that all it took for that situation to not have happened was a phone call to the station, because the person they were looking for was at the station already. HWB, Home While Black Child. Having this stuff, like, if y'all watch, what was it? Hassan Minaj does a really, really, really good, like, actual montage of everything. I might post this thing in the comments. Exactly, hold on. Exactly, but they say but they never speak on how our Black people rallied together down 79th Street every summer peacefully. The men lay in the street with a slain Black person's picture on their chest. She said she participates every year. And that's the thing too. I'm gonna need y'all that don't live here to stop saying that Black people don't care about when Black people die. Black Lives Matter, don't matter to Black people, blah, blah, blah in Chicago. Please stop spreading that narrative. Please stop spreading that bullshit narrative. What we call it, as opposed to Black on Black crime, because that doesn't exist, it's called crime in communities. Let's start there. I'm gonna say that Black on Black crime is a myth. That does not exist. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. It's called crime in communities. Every community has crime. The crime that happens in the communities that are in the city are happening because of segregation. Segregation still exists. Contrary to popular fucking belief, segregation still exists, as specifically in Chicago. When Martin Luther King came here, he said this place was worse than Birmingham when he was in Cicero. I need y'all to understand. Chicago is one of the most diverse cities in the world, blah, blah, blah. It's also the most segregated. Y'all don't know because y'all don't live here. period. There's the north side, there's the south side, there's the east side, there's the west side. The east side only exists on the south side, by the way. There's no east side of here. It's the freaking water. But the biggest thing is this city has come together on so many occasions to do so many positive things that have gotten no attention. You know what's the most frustrating thing about this entire situation when it comes to all these riots is the amount of people that I saw that I know personally that were sitting up there and they were actually out there and they're cleaning up the neighborhood. And these are volunteers. This was not the corporations. When Jewel, oh my God, it was the Jewel on 75th. That was one of, there was multiple of them, but there were so many cleanups that were happening. And there were a couple that actually got mainstream coverage. But every single, but y'all was there for every single looting, but you couldn't be there when those same people were cleaning up the neighborhood and bringing it back to life and didn't have to. They didn't do it because the corporations were paying them to do that. They did that based on the fact that they have to live there. So please don't get it twisted when we're trying to tell y'all that they're lying on us about what's going on in our city. I live here. I've worked here. I've worked to help to get things changed here. I've actually worked to get a space called Wilson Yard built. That took 7 years to get that built because of the racism in this city. Do not claim this is all in our heads. Do not claim we're using the race card. I was in those meetings and heard the words that were said and know all the bullshit coding. If we still say black on black crime, let's talk about white on white. Exactly. That's why I said it's called crime in communities. Yep. Karen Soul said, yes, Shay, there are so many amazing things that black people do in Chicago, but it's never televised. The problem is we have gotten to a point when it comes to this city that we only hold up certain people when it comes to community organizing. Like everybody praises J.M.L. Green because he did something one time, but J.M.L. Green on multiple occasions has sat up there and just come out there after all the work is done by real organizers. Shay said, I lived in the South Side as a kid and I still have family out through the city. You are correct, they're lying on the city. Absolutely. But I'm gonna tell you why they're lying. They have two reasons for lying in the city. There's this so anybody that's been here long enough has heard about white flight. So white flight was when the white folks decided that they didn't want to be in the city no more. They wanted to go out to the suburbs and build their houses and raise their kids, whatever. White folks find out the suburbs ain't so fun, they want to come back. So in order to do that, you want to kick out the people that actually live here and help to build this city the way it is. And now they're mad. Yep. Karen Soul said they're never there when we do cleanups or have major school fairs. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's not about what you've seen. It's about what you don't see. Y'all are sitting up there so glued to the TV and not understanding that these people are literally lying to you because of clicks and views. That's why I get so frustrated when it comes to this platform, because we see this happening in real life. Everything's for a click and a view, whether it be what they say on mainstream media. Why the hell do you think that fool was in the White House? Because of a click and a view. The reason that fool was in the White House because people kept on seeing his face, and a lot of them believed his rhetoric, and a lot of the rainbow community lost their daggone mind and thought he was actually going to help them. Don't know how that was supposed to work when he's clearly been anti-rainbow from the beginning. Y'all finding that part out now, aren't you? There are so many people that have been lied to, not just on this platform, but period, when it comes to the mainstream media, especially when it comes to Chicago. Because if you notice, no matter what happened, it does not matter whether it happened here or not. Every single school shooting, no matter who was in office, always got blamed on Chicago. when President Obama was in office. He had to correct that. He had to be like, oh wait, no, that's not what happened. That nothing to do with Chicago. And for those who want to say that President Obama never did anything for the city, I'm gonna tell you what happened. When President Obama first got in office, the first thing that he did, and anybody that's an organizer can attest to this, the first thing that he did was he funded underfunded programs properly. The Republicans had a conniption of a fit. They flipped all the way out because he properly funded underfunded programs. When he tried to do things in the city, you know what they told him? They said, you are not the president of Chicago. You are the president of America. But then in the same breath, these same people told him, why aren't you helping your city? When he tried to, you told him not to. I'm confused. What do you want from the man? What did y'all want? Either you wanted him to help us or you didn't. Either you wanted him to help with the violent situation or you didn't. You didn't. Because you make more money when we're doing this. And when it comes to our former mayor, the empty chair, that's what I used to call him, because when I was doing speeches and we had community events, we would name our politicians that are supposed to be there. And every time he was supposed to be there, he wasn't. I didn't even know. Like when he came out, I was like, he running for mayor. The empty chair's running for mayor, and I do it every single time because I've been involved in politics since I was 19. And I literally met this man maybe 3-4 years ago, and I only met him because I was performing at the opening of Maggie Daley Park, and I was in uniform, right about to go on. This fool came over there with 3 cameramen. Cancel said, and please, everyone, don't believe certain people on the YouTube. Every Black person in Chicago are not poor or live in low-income housing or come from broken homes. I'm so tired of that narrative too. Where is that bullshit coming from? Like, this is why I say, and I say this on multiple occasions. This is why I say the situation with the chick in Maywood is making the whole city look bad, because everyone doesn't support that. Hell, the majority of us don't support that. It's not okay. I grew up in a 2-parent household, and my parents were married until my mom passed. Period. 40 years my parents were married. 40 years. I'm an only child. Like this misconception about what's going on in the city. But I'm gonna tell you this for a fact. The one thing that I was always taught was to respect people and to uplift people and to support independent artists and businesses so that they stay in the city. Because if we don't support independent artists, then independent and local businesses, they don't become local. They have to leave. People are so hell-bent on tearing each other down without understanding that how much stronger we could be if we work together. I've looked at some of these chats and I'm sitting here like, man, if this was a positive conversation, you know how powerful this could be. But instead it's more destructive and it's harmful to what's going on. And there's some chats that I'm like, oh, there's all these people in the chat, but I can't look at it because it's crazy. Like, I need y'all to understand, stop allowing these trolls to control the conversation. You have worked hard for those who have actually worked hard for real and actually care about their platforms. Pay attention to what you're doing because you're destroying your digital reputation. You are destroying your digital reputation. If you want to go further than what you're going, you have no way of doing it because no true person in production will touch you. Period. It's not just me saying it. I've had conversations with people that are in production that have said the exact same thing. If your goal is to thrive beyond this platform, you can't do it just going back and forth and acting crazy. There are certain people that have gotten away with it. And even those people, Tasha K might have gotten away with it, but she's gotten a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. And she's not banking the way that people think that she is. She definitely doesn't have the respect that she should. Exactly. I see so much about Chicago. How Chicago people are supposed to be, when most of us are hardworking, educated, who come on YouTube for a laugh, not the nonsense we've been seeing. I think the biggest problem that people understand about Chicago is a city that works. So when we had to sit in the house, that was hard for all of us, because everybody here has moved. We are a city of hustlers, whether it be legal or illegal, period. And a lot of people that were illegal are now becoming legal because it's now legal to have marijuana as recreational in the city. I have a friend right now who's in Colorado, and I believe she could think she's there for work because she works in the cannabis industry right now, and she also has a show that's going to be coming on very soon, and I'll let y'all know as soon as that comes out, because I promise you, it's talking about cannabis and the benefits of cannabis and how much it's helped people and how Black folks can get into the industry, all of that. Like, it's going to be so amazing. Shout out to follow. Hold on, I'm gonna put not the link, but just like, y'all on Instagram, follow One Dope Show. Like, she's definitely doing her thing. She's just, Yaya is amazing. But this is going to be such an incredible show. And I'm really, really excited. I'm helping her with it, helping her style it, all that kind of fun stuff. So hold on 1 second. One Dope Show. But yeah, follow it, check it out. Like, she's definitely doing her thing for sure. And it's going to be a really, really, really fun show and very informative. And I'll post it in the comments as well once I finish up. But, there's so many positive things that are going on here. And I was so happy when we got the law that changed and we were able to sell marijuana legally, because that meant that 700,000 people that were locked up unjustly for nonviolent crimes were going to have their records expunged. There are legal cannabis workshops. Yep, there are legal cannabis workshops in Chicago now. Yep, absolutely. Yes, there are. There are so many positive things that are coming out of this city, and I think the biggest problem is that every time people talk about Chicago, they think about 5-8. We came on here laughing, now we're constantly in defense mode, and that's the issue. I'm gonna leave that up. We came on here laughing and giggling and kikiing, and now we just have to defend ourselves all the time, and I have a huge problem with that. I have a huge, huge problem with that. And if it gets to a point where it gets too much, there's multiple social media platforms. I ain't even gonna play that game. I'll go back to Periscope in a quick minute and not care. Again, my goal is to show people that you can thrive on here without going through all the mess and just be yourself and be respectful and just do it with time. It's possible to do. It's taking longer, but it is what it is. I'm not going to sit there and flip out and this and the third. No, there's a way to do it. It can be done. And whether it goes from like me having a video go viral or whatever, or just me just doing it by time, it's fine. Real life Chicago's made of hustles, period. Yep, exactly. So I tell my Chi-Town folks that are coming through, because they know the truth. There's such a misconception of who we are and what we've done. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that the people that are on here, they're saying they're from Chicago. You don't represent our city, boo. Sorry. Not at all. Exactly, guys. I feel bad. Yeah. Karen So said, exactly, guys. I feel bad for you all, but I get how you have to speak up, but it's draining on you all. Like, we watching this draining shit. Like, it is very draining when you have to come up here and define yourself constantly, because people want to lie and cheat because they want clicks and views. And The world is about more than clicks and views. The world is about uplifting people and supporting people. I don't think you understand the way that people are able to get through this pandemic is because they have support. Love my folks, we get it. Yeah, exactly. The way that people have been able to get through this pandemic is because we have found the community that we can laugh with and talk about business with and talk about supporting each other with. That's it. Like that's literally it. We've been building businesses and workshops and websites and all of that. And people come out here just to kind of have fun and escape, and it's getting to the point where people are like, well, why am I even on here? What's the point? Why do I care? Why does it matter? And I'm telling you that it does matter because they are trying to silence us. But it's very, very clear they're trying to silence us. So why we still have the platforms, let's use them properly. Let's actually use them to make a difference for real, instead of just claiming that we are. So yeah, it's just really crazy. It's just really, really frustrating. I hate this soap. Yeah, it's just really, really frustrating that we constantly have to come on here and defend ourselves because people consistently lie on us. And it's unacceptable. These people feel like they're entitled to respect, but don't show respect. And that's the issue. That's the biggest issue. It's this whole situation of, you got to respect me because blah, blah, blah. But they're not giving it at all. And it's sad. It's sad that this is what we're going to. It's sad that this is what it's come to. It's sad that this is what it's come to. So, but I'm gonna have to get on out of here. Waiting for my counterparts to get here, but I gotta go and take care of stuff here at the studio. So I will be back probably tomorrow. Make sure that you guys are following me on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and Snapchat at Danaya Azure, ZANAYAZURE, like the Facebook page, facebook.com/Danaya for you, facebook.com/K Fresh Entertainment, facebook.com/Danaya Azure Radio. Yes, thank you so much for everyone for coming on. You guys are absolutely, I know too, but I gotta go though, because I've been up for like 2 hours. So I gotta go, but I might come back on tonight. Let me see what my schedule is like. I definitely will be there tomorrow for sure. I know. My Cash App, hold on, I'll type it in the chat real quick. I really should put that out there more. I just don't really do that. It's all right. Yeah, it's all good. So yeah, but make sure that you guys follow me on all social media platforms. I'm gonna try to come back tonight. I know, right? Time goes by when you're having fun. I swear. Y'all think this is something. Y'all should hear me on air. Lord have mercy. I'm actually doing a show on Sunday, but Paula Campbell, who is an amazing singer-songwriter, and now she wrote a book. So me and I Am Brandon will be interviewing her on X Legacy. And then we have another interview at the end of the month, which is really, really dope. I can't reveal the guests quite yet, but when you guys see, you're going to be like, what? So I'm really, really excited about that. It's going to be really, really fun. But I do have to get the owner was like, what? You have to go do some extra work. I was like, all right, I got you. But I appreciate everyone that's come through, everyone that's shared, liked, and if you have not subscribed already, make sure that you please do so. I am trying to get to my 1,000 so I can get my community feed. So like I said, I'll try to come back on later. I'm not going to promise. But I definitely will be on tomorrow. I'm going to be doing more lives. I'm going to be doing lives when it comes to the jewelry. So make sure that you guys stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, go back and watch Deanna's live on TV. You can see her rocking my jewelry, and she looks amazing in that video. So, all right, you guys have a wonderful day. Peace and blessings. Take care. Bye.